Welcome, everyone, to, at last, the second event of this kind that we're doing. And the last time we met around 6 months ago. And we worked really, really hard on all the products you're going to see today. But before we get there, I think it always matters to just reflect on why we're here, why we think what we do matters, and also why it matters right now. And so, Sam, why don't you kick it off with that?
Yeah, so this is a very cool moment for us. We wanted a way to make sure that humans stayed special and central in a world where the internet was going to have lots of AI-driven content. We wanted a way to think about how we were going to distribute access to these systems' resources. And we started brainstorming about what that might look like. The initial ideas were very crazy. Then we came down to one that was just a little bit crazy, which became World. And we've got some great progress to share today.
Since we last spoke about 6 months ago, we doubled our user base. We're now 26 million users in World App, 12 million of which are verified. Then something else really has been missing. That is kind of how we really started this project, because we started the company right here in San Francisco, and we wanted to scale it to the entire world from here. And so, of course, what has been missing is the United States of America. Starting tomorrow, World, all related services and products will be available in the United States of America. And so we will talk much more about what that actually means and what launching the US really means. But before we get there, we talk about many of the products and kind of core updates about the protocol that we really care about.
So this is the Orb. It's powered by the latest NVIDIA Jetson processor, running sophisticated AI models, using a number of visible light and infrared sensors to determine humanness. And we can also manufacture these in much higher scale than we could previously. I'm happy to announce we're just beginning production now on this new version of the Orb. It will be rolling out across the US tomorrow in select cities, and globally over the next coming months. So I'm also very proud to announce we're opening our own assembly line in Richardson, Texas, with a US manufacturer to actually assemble orbs in the US. And so for our launch in the US, we plan to deploy 7,500 orbs across the US by the end of this year. And to put that in context, that's 4 times more than orbs we have globally today. And even though the orb today is capable of well over 100 million verifications, there are billions of people. And so how can we scale orbs to billions of people? We had an idea that I'd love to share with you. Put orbs in the hands of the people. So introducing Orb Mini, the first truly mobile orb. With people carrying Orb Minis wherever they go, it's going to provide greater access to verifications. This will increase verification scale another factor of 10. Giving verification access to billions of people.
I mean, I could not be more excited about Orb Mini. I think that's going to be really, really cool. I think that will allow us to scale this up much, much faster. And of course, the big, big news are 7,500 orbs across the United States in the next 12 months. So now let's talk about World ID. We always believed that there's 3 main areas where this is going to matter in the beginning the most. It was gaming, dating, and social. And so let's start with gaming. In most games, AIs will be better than actual other people. And that will be kind of very, very annoying for this entire industry. And that is why we partnered with Razer a couple months ago already to make proof of human and World ID the standard across gaming. And so already today, you can actually verify your Razer ID with World ID's proof of human, and you can use that across all the different games that Razer supports. As a next step, starting next month, we will have orbs in all Razer stores, and gamers can verify where they love to go. Second, we will have what we call the League of Humans tournament. That is a fully online, large-scale tournament that is truly just for humans. Lastly, with Razer, something I'm really, really excited about is we will explore how we can bring deep face and even hardware into Razer cameras. Because in many cases, it doesn't only matter that you game with any human, but what human you're gaming with. And deep face allows us to do that. While it obviously matters in gaming that you game with other humans, it really does matter at dating.
At Match Group, our goal is to make our apps the best and safest way to meet new people. Here's a quick look at what this user journey might look like on Tinder in Japan, which will be launching later this year.
You will be able to log in with your World ID. World app will send a proof to Tinder, and then you can verify not only that you're a human, but in the case of Tinder Japan, even that you're above 18. OK, let's talk about WorldCoin, something we never really did. And of course, this was a founding principle of this whole idea. It was all about solving proof of human for the internet, and then using that to launch a digital token by eventually giving ownership in it to every human.
The first function that we have gotten out of having a token is a very simple one. It gave us the ability to build a network that currently has over 26 million users, and over 12 million of whom have taken the effort to go to an orb to verify their humanity. The second thing we had to think about, though, is as the network gets even bigger, we begin to run into questions about the sustainability of that network. And so one of the most important functions that WorldCoin is going to provide for the protocol in the future is that sustainability. When you look at a piece of technology and you ask, can I trust it? It turns out that's a really hard problem. How do you build a protocol that is as open as possible, that anyone can understand how the technology works, that is decentralized in such a way that no one party can control it, and that there's no party outside of the protocol that can just make it stop working and block it? And so WorldCoin gives us the ability to create the incentives to make that possible, that anybody in the world can trust that it will continue to work now and in the future exactly the way that they expect.
So now let's talk about World App.
Today, I'm excited to share with you the first preview of World App 4.0. This is your new homepage. You can see all of your mini apps at a glance. Something else that we're doing with mini apps is add new payment methods. A really cool one that I'm excited about that is launching today is Kalshi. And one of the most beloved mini apps of the last few months was World Chat. It is a simple encrypted messenger built on top of the network. And people love it so much that we're actually going to double down on it and build it right into the app. Now, let's talk a little bit more about finance. The new wallet in 4.0 makes it much easier for you to track and hold things like your WorldCoin or other assets. But where it really shines is on the new cash page, which allows you to hold and use currencies from all over the world in just one place. You can also connect them with mini apps like Morpho, which is also launching today on World, which allows you to earn and borrow directly on your wallet. For those times where you need to interact with the traditional banking system, like, for example, getting your salary, you will now also be able to get account numbers to be able to do that. All of this is powered by stablecoins on WorldChain, which is why I'm so excited to share with you a new partnership to bring the most trusted US dollar and euro stablecoins to WorldChain with Circle. The last piece, if you want to make a killer financial app, is payments. I'm excited to share a new partnership with Stripe. Very soon, you will be able to pay with your World app directly on Stripe-enabled websites and apps with the tap of a button. But now, let's be honest. Sometimes you're just walking around and you want to have a pizza or a beer, and Stripe isn't there, right? They probably don't yet accept QR code payments. And so what do? We're incredibly excited to partner with Visa to execute on our vision for what finance should look like in a post-AGI world, starting with letting you pay with World in more than 150 million merchants around the world. The new design and the pre-orders for WorldCard are coming today, and the full 4.0 release is coming later this summer.
Now let's talk about how the launch actually works. Starting tomorrow, we will have flagship locations in many of the cities across America. Just to name a couple, it's going to be in San Francisco, right here at Union Square, Los Angeles, Miami, Atlanta, Austin, Nashville, and many more are coming soon. That's it for today. Thank you all for coming.